but... You don't even start. You're really out of your minds if you think that we'll let you do that. Huh, don't make me laugh. Even if we didn't have hostages, are you seriously going to take on all of us? That's right. I promised to kill you all the next time that we met. You know what? This is a good chance. Maybe I should just gut you all right here. Stay calm, Estelle. They're right. There's no way we can fight all of them at once by ourselves. We need to wait for our chance. But... oh, alas, Joshua, it's fruitless. Perhaps if you'd been in the shadows, you could have found an opening. But as it stands, out in the open like this, your options are limited. There's little you can do, Black Fang. So it seems. It also seems like I'm not the one who needs to strike that opening. What? Bam! Hey, Cassius! Hello, everyone. Good work. Oh, it's not Cassius, it's Sid. Your Majesty, Your Highness, forgive my tardiness. Sid, thank you for coming. Ah, one of the Divine Blade's lieutenants. That wasn't too bad. Just a bit more than you really could have had us. Yes, I'll admit I was surprised. I didn't expect you to be able to turn away such blows so easily. Alright, this is turning into my kind of party, so you want to play too? I'll pass for the moment. Really, I'm just bait anyway. Ah, Scree! Or Sieg! Yeah, I thought his name was Scree for a second. That's the noise that he makes. Man, kill them! Especially Renee. I can't stand Renee. Ugh. Good. I made it in time. What? Huh? Oh my. Richard? Colonel Richard? Hello, Miss Bright. You shouldn't call me Colonel, however. I've been stripped of my rank, and I'm little more than a criminal performing his penal service. Boy, that sure explains every question I'd had about this. Don't call me Colonel, okay? Mr. Richard, it's been some time. I'm glad to see you and the princess are well, Your Majesty. I believe General Bright has already briefed you on my circumstances, so please, allow me to shield you from these criminals. By all means. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard. The pleasure's mine. I so don't even know what's going on anymore. I think it's safe to say his story is bigger than we are, as it were. A pair of the Divine Blade students, our wayward Black Fang, and a group of better-than-average bracers. I think we may have tarried for too long. I appreciate the time personally. Incidentally, we've already handled things in the city. Oh, really? Oh, hey! Awesome! Commence Operation Clean Sweep. Remember, our first priority is the safety of the citizenry. Assist the army where possible. Engage Jaeger Corps and archaisms at your discretion. Yes, ma'am. Oh, that was the girl who was helping out Richard in first chapter. Bam! Yeah, get rid of those vanguards. They're a pain in the ass. Their self-destruct killed Joshua, and I had to cut out me reviving him. His self-destruct did like 2,000 damage to Joshua. It was pretty ridiculous. And those Blade Cougars, too, they're annoying. Kill them, too. Thank God. It's not so much the enemies are annoying, it's that self-destruct. It really just pisses me off every time it happens. Can we kill them, too? They're useless. It's like one of Estelle's hurricanes kills them. They're so useless. I just hate fighting them because they're just, like, annoying. Like, I get into a battle, and then I just have to hurricane them and waste all of Estelle's CP. But, yeah, they're there. Holy, just when I thought this couldn't get any crazier. When did the special ops guys show up? And they're going after the society's goons, too. Maybe this is, you know, heavy penance for awful deeds and stuff. Or maybe they're trying to remind everyone how awesome they are. Who the hell would? They're trying to clear the name, Dorothy. Oh, the hell with it. Dorothy, make with the camera. Shoot and shoot until we can't stuff film in there anymore. Aye, aye, sir. Whoa! The Jagers are being pushed back. Very impressive. Haven't lost their touch, I see. Now then, servants of Ouroboros, what do you intend? You seem quite eager for a fight. Are we still derisions or desirous of violence? Huh. You think you're funny. If it's going to be like this, I'm going to call Pater Mate. Stop, Renee. Our chances already slipped by. Trying to force the issue now would only end in an ugly fashion. The capture of the royals was ultimately an optional objective. Come, let us pull back. Well, if we gotta. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll pardon us, It should be just about time for your next trial, however. I suggest you keep your wits about you. Next trial? What are you going on about now? You will see soon enough. Good day then, everyone. I don't like the sound of that. A next trial. They've retreated. The Jagers should pull out of the city as well. A shame we can't pursue them, but I suppose we can't be selfish. Yeah, way more importantly, just what in the heck is Colonel Richard doing here? I thought you were in prison for the seriously grievous crime of being a huge jerk. I said I'm not well, regardless. Before any of that, we have to secure the city. Would you help us? Sure, well, of course. We'll help tend to the wounded with the firefighting. And so, with great difficulty, the Society's invasion of Grand Cell was repelled. Estelle's group ran around the city, fighting fires and helping the confused citizenry. Eventually, the rest of the team arrived, having been contacted by Elnan. Okay, well, awesome. So we get 10 more bracer points? Sweet! As I mentioned previously, I'm here on General Bright's orders. He had a suspicion that Ouroboros might try something like this. However, most regular army troops aren't very well trained to fight without their orbital firearms, so he decided to use a handful of troops with experience in hand-to-hand combat. Of course, he needed an excuse to get me and my subordinates involved, seeing as we're supposed to be in prison. As a result, we were to be transported to Grand Cell, where we were conveniently ended up caught in the chaos and repelled the attack. Okay, that's about as subtle as a brick to the forehead, Dad. I take it you had some idea about this, Your Majesty. Yes, Cassius and I discussed the idea earlier. We will, I suspect, face some criticism for doing this, but the safety of the citizenry must come before anything else, and I knew from the bottom of my heart that Mr. Richard would do what was best for the country he loves so. I do not deserve such praise, Your Majesty. I get it. So then... Oh, right. Does this have to do with the reason you wanted to see us? In part, yes. What I wanted to discuss was what Claudia has done. What Chloe's done? Yes. It was a short ceremony, but as of this morning, I've been formally invested with the inheritance. I'm now officially the Crown Princess of Liberal, next in line to be the Queen. Whoa! Congratulations. I think you made a good decision. I really think some of it's simply selfishness on my part. Estelle, everyone, I understand you're the ones who saved everyone at the Academy. Thank you so much. Yeah. We really can't take all the credit, though. Enlace's group was there, and Sieg helped out too. Oh yes, so I gathered. When I learned about what happened, I spent a lot of time thinking about what I could do. What role I could serve to help protect those dear to me. And that's inheriting the throne? Yes. I'm an inexperienced teenager who lacks the ability or confidence to lead an entire kingdom. Still, if I can use such a position to protect those dear to me, and if that in turn helps me protect the home that I love, then it's all worth it. Chloe, you silly... Well, congratulations. Looks like you finally found that path you were looking for, huh? Thank you. I really am desperately new at this, though, and I'm not quite sure what I can do. Will you lend me your aid when I need it? What kind of question is that? Duh. I mean, heck, I'm not exactly a grizzled veteran over here, you know. Just as you've lent us your aid time and again, whenever you need us, we'll be there for you. Thank you. Thank you so much. What a complete and utter fool I've been. All these things I did without realizing the potential of the young people who carry our future. Huh, what's this, Alan? You've been carrying a good deal of future yourself, I think. Quite so. You jest, Your Majesty. Colonel! I have a report. What is it? Is the city under attack again? No, sir, everything's quiet here. The Jagers withdrew rapidly from the city and faded back into the countryside. Then what is it, man? Speak up. We received a report from the Haken Gate. An Erebonian army is gathering at the border. What? So they've come at last. How large an army are they fielding? So far, it appears to only be a single standard division, but they have tanks with them. What? Now, just a damn second. How the hell are they running tanks in the middle of all this? Are they using the same technology as society? I thought they might. No, it's strange. They don't appear to be using ordnance at all. The scout reports that they run using steam engines. Steam what? It's an engine that uses steam to move the pistons. It's even more primitive than gasoline. Everyone stopped using them as soon as ordnance were invented. No sane army would bother keeping such museum pieces maintained. They're a joke compared to even the most basic orbital tank, which can only mean one thing. They prepared these in secret. Hang on, you mean... It means the Erebonian leadership knew that this was going to happen. So the next trial Ouroboros spoke of... Yes, it must be this. And now, they're effectively holding Cransell hostage. They can storm in and take the capital again whenever they please. It's one way of sending a message, I suppose. There's another problem. I suspect Dad was keeping you as an ace in the hole. A special joker card he could play. Someone he could dispatch anywhere an emergency occurred where he couldn't be. But now he's played that card, and you'll have to remain here. Blasted. Ouroboros certainly plays a hard game. Grandmother, allow me to go to Hocken Gate. See, what? I couldn't bear sending Uncle. He risked his life once already for our sakes. Let me go. I'll negotiate with the Erebonians as your agent. Very well. Though we may have signed a non-aggression pact with them, remember that the scales on which Erebonia and Liberal balance were still unstable. These events could spiral into chaos that would engulf the continent. I'm counting on you to balance those scales. I will. Okay. So, in that case, mind if we go with you? I'm sorry? We shall see the heirs to Hocken Gate safely, and if things get really crazy and turn to a shooting war, then we'll do what we can to help. Now mind, we can't actually help you with the shooting war as per guild protocol, but there's a few things we could do from a neutral position, I think. I couldn't ask for more, thank you. Please keep her safe. Yes, Your Majesty, leave everything to us. Estelle, Joshua, on that note, I and my men will keep an eye on any movements the society may try to make. Even if they attempt to assault us with the massive puppet of theirs, we'll be ready to respond. We'll be counting on you. Whoa, look at this. Holy shit! Here is the Erebonian army coming on in to invade Liberal. What are we going to do about all this? Explain yourself, General Vander. Why is a division of the Imperial Army on our literal doorstep? Does the Empire truly forget the pacts it signed so quickly? General Morgan, I'm the one who would like an explanation. What are you? For the past 24 hours or more, ordnance all across the southern marches of His Majesty's domain has ceased function. And, at the exact same time, it seems a massive, heretofore unknown structure appeared above your Valeria Lake. Now I ask you, Morgan, what's going on? It's just as you say. We're as confused as anyone else about the situation. So it would seem. But your situation is, as I said, affecting a large swath of Imperial territory. Given that, you know full well why I'm here, General. Here to try and raise a stallion above us while we're weak, then. We intend nothing of the sort. We're given to understanding that a criminal organization of some sort has been taking advantage of the situation. All we wish to see is if we can be of aid to the allies of whom we've signed a non-aggression pact with. Those are the orders I received from the Imperial government. Nonsense! What are those tanks doing here, then? I've never heard of a tank that runs on steam and combustion until now. How is it that you suddenly have these tanks which conveniently require no orbital power? That is a military secret. I would think that you would welcome us, though, Morgan. These vehicles are perfectly suited for helping to keep the peace. And Liberal, that is. Well, this crisis runs its course. You understand my meaning, yes? We deeply appreciate your thoughtfulness. Oh, hey, Chloe made it back here, and she's, not in her royal gowns or get-ups or anything. Impossible. Your Highness, what are you... Morgan, well done. Please, leave the rest of this to me. But Your Highness... And what are they doing here? We are the royal bodyguards, sorta. Temporarily. Should the worst happen, we'll protect Claudia, we swear. I may be inexperienced as a negotiator. This is, however, the proper time for me to step forward and resume my duties as heir. Morgan, please, as you wish, Your Highness. Just keep in mind who you're going out there to parley with, my princess. If anything happens, be ready to run for the gate. I understand. It seems I'll be trading words with someone else now. I'm afraid I don't recognize you, though your bearing is quite noble. This is the first time we've met, sir. I'm Claudia von Auslace, Princess of Liberal, granddaughter to the Queen, and newly invested heir to the throne. Forgive my impertinence, Your Highness. I'm Zeke Vander, Your Highness, Lieutenant General of the 3rd Division of the Imperial Army. Yes, words of your accomplishments in battle have reached even us, General Vander. Hey, is that guy famous? Yeah, that's One-Eyed Zakes. He's one of the best field commanders Erebonian has. If I may be so bold, Your Highness, I've actually seen pictures of you before. Have you cut your hair recently? Now that I look, your face is familiar, but... Oh, this is a bit embarrassing. I cut it for the investiture ceremony. Consider it a little girl's way of showing her resolve to take up a burden too heavy for her. Hardly, Princess Claudia. It looks very good on you, if I may be forward. Allow this servant of the Empire to congratulate you on becoming the heir to the throne. Thank you, General. Well then, what brings the Princess of Liberal here? Are you here to raise protect against us, like my good colleague Morgan? No, that's not my intent. I'm sure that our neighbors in Erebonian must be terrified at the moment. The darkness at night, the cold, the complete shutdown of communications. Believe me, I know how any one of these could inspire terror in people. What I ask for you is to consider your actions. Consider what would happen if your forces were to enter our country. You say that large portions of the Empire are distorted at the moment. I assure you, in every part of Liberal, it's worse. And while we no longer bear Erebonian ill will, many of our citizens are agitated and afraid. I could not bear it if the good intentions of our allies were misunderstood. As you can see, we're investigating these strange events as quickly as we're able. Furthermore, we've managed to suppress most of the activities of the aforementioned criminal group on our own. And so I ask, for the sake of continued friendship between Erebonian and Liberal, a relationship that we highly value, give us a little more time, General. We will make this right. Pretty words, but they are, alas, sound in fury, signifying nothing. Your Highness. Is that Oliver?